Hi everyone, my name is Nanda. I am Indonesian and have been living in Poland for 7 years by now. Today I'm going to be talking about how I got here for the first time back in 2018 with barely any money. I'm also going to be trying to answer some of your questions, so I hope that you will find this video helpful. When I was a teenager, I was pretty active in participating in different kind of programs like conferences, workshops, competitions, and many more. So my resume was pretty long before I landed onto that program that took me to Poland. One of the things that I took part in was volunteering. When I was 16 or 17 years old, I became a member at the Javado Foundation. It is a volunteering organization back in Semarang City, Indonesia. I was pretty active there too. I taught Indonesian language for the foreign volunteers. I took them for city tours. I took part in their heritage camp. I would also participate in their programs that they organize. One day, the Javado Foundation announced a fully funded program to Poland. The name of the program was EVS, or European Voluntary Service. I believe the name has changed into European Solidarity Corps, but I do encourage you to do a further research on that if you are interested. They covered flight tickets, accommodation during 5 months, phone bills, local transportation, and on top of that, I also got pocket money that covered food and groceries. So naturally, I applied to that program. I followed all the recruitment process. I had 2 interviews. The last interview was conducted by the hosting organization back in Poland. I had to have good internet connection, which I didn't have at that time. So I had to seek refuge at my friend's house, Nisville. If you're watching this, I owe you a big time. So I did the interview at Nisville's house. I eventually got accepted into that program. After getting accepted and having my visa as well as having all the documents ready, I went to Bali for a week. I had a pre-departure training over there, and the program, the whole training was covered. So the flight ticket to Bali was covered as well as the accommodation for a week. After that, I was heading to Poland. I was alone at that time, and I just had 1 million rupiah in my bank account at that time. Something kind of eventful happened along the way. I kind of missed my connecting flight in Switzerland, but I made it to Poland at the end of the day. I arrived in a city called Wrocław. I got settled. I learned what I had to do as a volunteer. Basically, my program, my tasks and responsibilities were revolved around educational and cultural thing. So I had a chance to teach in some kindergartens. I was an English facilitator for high school students who were about to go abroad for their internship. I also had a chance to introduce Indonesian food and Indonesia in general. I had a chance to cook Polish food, pierogi. I was also invited as a speaker in some kind of high school programs at that time. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of Q&A session. I have some questions that I have here on my laptop. I'm gonna be reading from there. Okay, so the first thing is about visa. I believe at that time I had the national visa or type D visa that allowed me to stay in the country for over 90 days. At that time I had to go back and forth three times to the embassy because I had some problem with the flight tickets and the insurance. So you do have to be very meticulous in terms of applying for a visa. I also had to have an official invitation from my hosting organization that stated, who would cover my expenses and where would I stay and stuff like that. The visa fee was covered by the organizer at the time, so it was pretty nice. So many people actually thought I went to Poland for college. I did not. I didn't go to Poland for college. Actually, I haven't had a chance to continue my higher education. I don't know if it's not too late for me, and I don't know whether or not it is still crucial or essential for now. I don't know. What do you think? Okay, so it is such a nice question about how I survived being in Poland. Actually, it was pretty easy not only to survive but also to thrive. At that time, even though I just had 1 million rupiah in my bank account at that time, I also got the pocket money, so it wasn't a big amount of money, but it was enough to, cover my expenses as well as, kind of like for fun money from time to time. So it was pretty nice. All right, so when it comes to the public transportations and groceries, at that time, I was very impressed with how convenient the public transportations were. In Wrocław, they have trams and buses. They're pretty on time, they're neat, they're clean. It is very easy for you to get to places especially when you are in big cities. When it comes to the groceries, I did have to do my grocery on the first day that I landed in Poland. It was, I believe, pretty overwhelming because of, the difference in language. I don't know what things were, and also the currency was pretty new to me, so I had to kind of take my time with it. So yeah, but I mean, I believe that I didn't have so much trouble when it comes to the grocery shopping. Okay, so that's all for me. I hope that you find this video useful. I just want to say that I didn't have a lot, at that time, but I had a dream to go somewhere far away. Somehow I made it happen, and I believe that you can too if you have a little faith in yourself, and if you believe in yourself, I believe that you can do it too. But if you have any questions or anything at all, then you can just reach me out and I'll be happy to help you out. All right, thank you so much then for being here. Bye.